my phone, and it's kind of far away for me to see.
Okay, so on YouTube and also, yes,
So
Facebook.
see you guys. You know,
See us in there.
up and running.
We up and running, baby.
All right, here we go.
There you go. Get close to you.
Just to be close.
Look at them girls just sitting
I'll
up
be
there.
doing the singing ad libs today while they do the
You
talking.
see
How
that?
about that?
What'd you say? What'd you
I
say?
said I'll be introducing the music ad libs while y'all talk. Every time y'all remind me of a song, I'm gonna blurt out a note or two.
I got you this and turned into name that tune.
Right.
Okay,
right.
I got you.
I mean notes.
I got man. You know we supposed to be open.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. So, we are pretty much like
Excuse me.
at almost half a year.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
We are happy. We started
Yeah.
this Thanksgiving the night before Thanksgiving, November. So we are 7 months in. Congratulations, you guys. Yeah, it was the night before Thanksgiving. Hey, Miss Dika.
Rebecca.
What's wrong,
You all right,
superstar?
Mama?
That heat.
You need something? Need some water? What's up?
What's wrong, sweetie? Go check on it. I'll hold it down. But yeah, you guys, it's coming up, man. It's coming up. I head down to Jacksonville in a couple of weeks. Me and my grandson, may he be arrive safely, to help his poppy out. That's gonna be an awesome stay with him. Definitely gonna have get bond a little closer, Do we need to dial an emergency, babe?
Hey. You all right? You probably need to go down.
Touch it. What she feel like? She's hot. Get her one of the rags, put some ice in it, and put some water on it. That'll be instant cooling. Hey, you guys, it's hot down here. For all you folks down here in Florida.
It's something she told me she had medication last
okay.
night for the first time, and she's been feeling like doped up, and she puked, and she said she felt better. Ever since this morning, I picked up the baby, so now she's. I see she made it this far, but I see she's probably.
Yeah, side effects. Wow. Pray for your loved ones, y'all. We all need it. We're all in need of it. Everybody's going through something. They say in order to change the world, you got to change yourself. You ever heard that phrase? To change the world, you got to change yourself.
Yeah.
Pray for those you love and care about. You never know, y'all. You never know. But
Everybody's world is through their own eyes.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's beautiful. Say it again.
Everyone's world is through their own eyes.
Hey.
I need to call her.
That sound like that might be one of those no duh statements, but hey, the duh, did you know what I mean? Think about it. Because you pretty much, a lot of folks line their world up through other folks' eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they try to.
What do they see and what do they see in me? What do they think about me? You know what I mean?
Why do they worry about that?
Right. You gotta love yourself. If you love yourself, you could care less about it. So make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Make that be the change in you. Is to be confident enough in yourself.
Once you stop worrying about what people think, there lies happiness and freedom.
It goes to change.
Yeah. Lots of good things come with that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's like emancipating yourself.
I wrote the book.
Matter of fact, didn't Bob say that?
What?
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
It is mental
None
slavery.
but ourself can free our mind.
Mental incarceration.
Yes. Have no fear for atomic energy.
Because none of them can stop the time.
Yes, indeed. How long shall they kill little brothers like my man, Mr. Hinton III, while we stand aside and look? You know?
We got to keep going now.
Some say it's just a part of it.
It's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book.
Yeah. Won't you hear to say, These sounds of freedom is all I ever had. Yes, ma'am. Redeem yourself. Indeed. Thank you, Brother Bob, for that, man. You talking about a timeless tune.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
he was
And
a
the older I
philosopher.
got, the older I was getting, the more I was realizing that brother, his music and his basically biblical. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. No, he was on time. It's just like Marvin and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? People, we just still in the same struggle. There's been no progress for us. You know, there's been no progress really. You know, so the songs like they were made yesterday. What's going
I
on?
think there's progress. I
You
think
know.
humans. This is my take on it,
Mm-hmm.
and this is only because I'm experiencing. Getting better.
Yeah, life is life.
It is. It is. And with the things you go through in life, you gotta learn something. You can't just experience and be like, oh la la la,
Right,
back
right.
to my bullshit ways.
Right,
Really?
right.
Are you trying to be happy, or are you trying to satisfy people? That's the question. Think about it. Ask yourself that question.
Don't worry. I can see myself doing this for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Good.
Spitting out songs that come to my mind every time y'all say something.
Yeah.
Maybe we do that. Hey,
We're karaoke.
I'm
What do you
tripping.
expect?
I guess this is what people, because I know it, but it's been like almost a month for me. So I guess I'm on a natural high. You know what I mean? I feel great. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's been a long time. You know. And you know what song I just thought of?
It's been a long time since I left you.
That's my man Rakim. What I
Who's
said, the natural high. That's actually Rakim you talking about.
That was a leader. Well, that was a sample, maybe. Yeah. You know all the new songs.
Oh,
are
you
samples.
tell, yeah. As a matter of fact, Timberland did. We were sampling that from Rakim. It's been a long time. I should have left you without a strong rap step two. Think of how many weeks shows slept through. Time's up. Sorry.
So he rapped that on
Right. That, yeah. But I was thinking about Natural High. Take to the sky. I want to take to the sky.
You gonna have to tell me that one.
I think that's the stylistics. If I'm mistaken, somebody help me out. Yeah, Natural High.
What's it called?
This, Natural High by the stylistics. And I take to the sky on a natural high, loving you more to the day I die.
Okay. Okay, I know it. I don't know it. Take to the sky.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, Shantell is over there with Sadika, one of her older daughters, and she's not feeling well at the moment. So glad you're here.
Right.
Chilling with John and I.
Right. I'm glad she made it to get that assistance.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked at her face and I'm like, no, she doesn't look right.
Yeah. I hope I'm not talking too low, so let me speak up a little more. We kind of dark over here, at least I am. And man, I've been getting the sunshine. I'm getting my black. You know me, man. I love being black. As y'all president would say, black. He just can't say black. Black.
Who says that?
Trump. That's how you say black. Yeah. The blacks.
Oh, right.
Got the blacks.
Yeah. This is a safe space. Let's not talk about that guy.
That dude is comical. It's comical. You can't laugh at that cat, man. You ain't got no sense of humor. Everything about him is a joke. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it's everywhere.
So what are some things you would like to reflect on that you've learned in the past?
What I've learned in the past.
It doesn't have to be too far in the past.
Right.
Like when did your mindset shift?
My mindset shift.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset shift the day my mom passed. That's when I realized I was basically solo dolo in this world. Even though I still have my pops, but you know, man, you lose your mom.
I tell them it's
You know what I mean? You get really, you know, you bury your mom, man. You just got to stand up, soldier up. You got to soldier up, or you can curl up. You know what I mean? And mine's didn't raise no cowards, so I'm here, baby. You know what I'm saying? We just celebrated our 34th death. You know what I mean? Year of death, May 16th. You know what I mean? Hey,
She's in a better
what you gonna
place.
do? Yes,
She's your guardian angel.
yes, all through here. My
She's
brothers,
the reason why you're getting the second
Yeah.
chance.
my pops, my
Got your back.
granny. Oh man, my grandma, man. All my ancestors.
Yeah.
Even those who nerves I got on as a kid.
No way you got on people's nerves.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
I can't.
Can you imagine that, man? I'm sorry. Not cha-cha.
I just cannot.
Right. Oh man, we had so much fun growing up. That's something I wouldn't change for the world. Hey, did I just see you smile? That's a cracking smile over there. Beautiful. Beautiful child. You know, but yeah, man. But you change, you evolve with times. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're the same person at 57 as you was at 23, then you got problems. You know what I mean? If you still, if you haven't evolved, at least some. You know what I mean? Because you're talking. I mean, since then, been married, been divorced. You know what I'm saying? God been blessed with a beautiful child, great grandchildren. You know what I mean? This is, and am I really deserving of all those blessings?
You are.
You know what I mean? It's incredible. You know, now my third oldest grandson, PG, driving down to come hang out with Poppy during this ordeal. You know, he should be in a couple of weeks. You know, God willing, and the creek don't rise. You know, as the old folks would say. You know, but yeah, that's my man. That's my man, 100 grand. But what about yourself, love? What decisions have you changes have you?
I have made a decision not to take anyone's bullshit.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How that feel?
It feels wonderful.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
liberating.
Great.
This
You know, I
is
know.
what I've been looking for all my life.
Right.
I found it.
Awesome.
Yes. Stop giving a shit what they say.
Yeah.
And you'll understand. Because if it ain't true, why do you care?
Right. Trying to dispel lies and rumors.
Yeah.
You know, what you gonna do?
I'm still standing. Yeah.
There you go. See, everybody.
There's a song, right? A song for everybody.
Hey, how you guys doing right there, sir?
She took something about hip hop last year for in the rock. She's a type 1 guy.
But we're gonna stay focused. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to focus right now because we got a situation going on with our loved one over here. But we're gonna try to steer the course, guys, and not cut this broadcast off prematurely. But it's a major distraction for us. It took the smiles off our faces somewhat. But you know, we gonna try to keep them up. You know.
So it's the kids are getting out of school. I know you wouldn't know this, John. Wait, you said you have family coming to visit you, right?
Yeah, my grandson is coming to stay with me during these times. Matter of fact, maybe you can help him out. He's I would be saying like maybe a couple of months. You want to try to find him a place, apartment somewhere. You know what I mean? So kept getting something cheap. You know what I mean? Something affordable for him.
We don't say cheap. We say inexpensive.
Inexpensive. Yeah, because cheap means cockroaches. We don't want no roaches or rats. No. No cockroaches, no caretatis. That's what we say about rats. But anyway, yeah, that's my man, Paris Sims Jr. Love you, man. Love you. Yeah, man. You know, we gotta help, so she gonna be all right. She gonna be all right.
Always. It's gotta be at least 14.
Yeah.
100% cream.
Hey, so that's the thing about being organic and what you do. You know, things happen and they don't always go as planned. You know, if we was sitting off in some studio, you know what I mean, and you know, with distractions. When I just say distraction, this is a necessity what we're dealing with. It had to be dealt with.
Do you know that you say you know a lot?
I know a lot.
No. Do you know
Did I say I
that you
know a lot?
say?
Oh,
you
you know,
know.
yeah. I had a buddy tell me that because I was
And he said, you know what I'm saying?
right. You know what I'm saying? He told me, man, you gotta use things like follow me or something like that instead of you know. You know, I had a guy give me
You
that
want me to
breakdown
show
about
what's
6
going
years
on?
ago.
They're handling the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, do you want me to share?
Yes, please.
You
Tell us,
can.
Shantell.
Sadiqa, she didn't feel good last night. Well, she took some medication that for the first time for her neuropathy. And this morning, she called me and said that said, I'm just now really getting to sleep because I really felt bad. This new medication. And I said, okay, well, you're gonna rest. She said, yeah, I'm gonna rest a little bit. We don't need anything for the restaurant. And I said, okay, but if you need something, call me if you need to pick the baby up, her daughter. She called me and said, hey, I need you to pick her up, but I'll be ready for work. And, you know, she come in for work and she's not ready, you know, so. Hey, yes, how you?
She took some medicine for neuropathy last night at 8 o'clock. And still,
Our residential medical professional came in to check on a newfound niece as well. Hey, Brooke, how are you, sweetie? Hey, I was just asking the ladies, maybe we can ask you one day, thank you, that one of these weeks you could come give us some in-depth information, your professional take on what I'm going through. You know, so put your face in the screen real quick, if you don't mind. You know? You're always modeling. Hey, this is the latest model of the medical outfits. You know, you got Sister Angela Grant, right?
Yes.
Sister Angela Grant from Avid Healthcare, and future guests on the Shut Up and Ride show, Three's a Crowd podcast. Another beautiful blessing that, you know, hey, the universe sent my way, man. Man, look at these women, man. Come on. You know, for just an average guy. Beautiful women. Come on, man. Gorgeous, man.
You're so
Yeah, I'm blessed, you know. Ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed. Yes.
Amen.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Living
Melted
every moment,
away.
no regrets. Yeah, yeah. Well, you put a smile in this place. We haven't had a smile since the sister came through the door. You know what I'm saying? We're concerned about her. Say a quick prayer. The universe, we pray that you look over Miss Sadiqa, keep her strength up, keep her blessed, and most of all, keep her here amongst us. Thank you, most of all. Thank you.
she said she threw up.
Yeah, she got it.
She got here in the nick of time.
Right. But yeah, y'all. I mean, it's just. What was the topic again?
Be the change.
Be the change, right? Be the change. Sometimes being the change in someone's life is just a kind word. You never know what type of change you brought to a stranger. You pass by and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You know what I mean? And they go to tell you something. Yeah, I used to get it a lot. People just stop and tell me their whole life story. You know what I mean? Just out of the blue, you know? It's out of the blue. You know, like one of the funniest nights.
They see something in
Yeah, but one night, me and some partners, we were sitting out, and like where we stayed, and sitting on man's front porch, about 4 or 5 of us, and this one chick come walking by. So my man said, "Hey, how you doing?" And she stopped. Oh well, I mean that chick stood there for 20 minutes. Like, he was just being polite. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to put everything behind us. You know what I'm saying? We try to hide the shit when we doing the drinks and the herbs. You know, and she up and gave us the whole spiel, man. Like, oh my goodness. But I just a memory, one of the memories
You
and
know,
memory
I'm still
things.
working, right?
You are?
People just sending me messages.
Well, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Hey,
I know it might be rude,
work's never done.
but you know what?
Right.
What I tell you guys, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm doing what's necessary.
Right.
So I look over at my phone. Don't think I'm being rude.
She's a rude gal.
Yeah, that's right.
Cindy.
I don't know. I don't even know how to be rude. Well,
Right,
actually,
right.
I do.
Wow.
No, you got to actually provoke me. I'm not gonna be rude.
Right.
It's kind of like
It's not your nature.
if you're walking by a dog and you mess with it and you keep messing with it, your ass gonna get bite.
Right. Don't get a bitten.
Don't underestimate
So the dog gonna take a bite out of crime, huh? Oh, you definitely gonna mess with no chihuahuas. Them damn chihuahuas the meanest
Like,
dog
I
on
see
the
how you
planet.
came through the door. Like,
So they took her?
yeah, I'm sure it's a medication.
Yeah, it's a reaction. Wow. So they had to take the young lady off to the hospital, you know, check on her. I'm sure they're very familiar with her, you know. So yeah,
She puts up a
God
fight.
bless.
She's been fighting,
yeah,
and she's been looking amazing. She's taking
yeah.
great
Yeah, take care of them, gorgeous, you know.
Yeah.
But look who her mom is. She can't help but fight. That's what I'm saying. Your essence is your blessing. You know what I mean? You know, from the womb to the tomb. You know.
Okay. Never thought
You're
about
a
it
warrior.
that way.
You're a warrior. You know what I'm saying? First, I mean, from conception, tell you the truth, that you had to beat out 1,000,000 mugs to get there. You know, you had 1,000,000 siblings shooting up through there. You know what I'm saying? With you, you know, possible twins and shit. But you kick everybody else out. Now I'm saying.
Is that what you did? You were a bully
9
in the
months
womb,
later,
huh?
right? 9 months later, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get out,
Right,
get out my
right.
way.
Like my man said, make way, cause here I come. You know,
Oh,
it's something, man. It's something.
yeah.
Life.
You have to value life.
Yeah,
Really have
Life.
to value life. Because
life and
things
love.
can happen in a second.
Yeah, it's like that.
And you just be like, how did I get here? What happened? So value every moment.
Yeah.
As my heart specialist said, I don't see a heart specialist anymore. Didn't need one in the first place.
Right.
I just had anxiety from the
All you
bullshit.
all you needed was a duty.
So he said, live in the now. Live in the now. Live now. We can only do it today.
What'd he say?
He said, live in the now.
Live in that
Live
now.
Live in
Not
the
in
now.
yesterday.
The now.
The now.
The now.
The now.
Okay?
NOW.
That's right.
I invented that word. Yeah, that's just a great word I just invented. You know. Did you know Donald Trump invented what word was
Gulf
that?
of
This
America?
fool? No, this fool was talking about something. Equalizer. He said it's gonna be a great equalizer. I just invented that word, equalizer. It's a great word. And you didn't hear that? I'm telling you, man, the dude is a comedy show. You talking about
I can't
Saturday Night Live is making a killing off of him alone.
Saturday night.
You know, they could do skits on that dude, and they ain't gotta imitate nobody else. Just daily skits on this cat. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped. I had last time I watched Saturday Night Live. I think Eddie Murphy was coming in, but I stopped watching when they got rid of Gary Morris. You know, I was the original cast. You know, yeah. As a matter of fact, a buddy of mine has told me about Eddie Murphy's butt week skit.
What?
Butt week. Buck week.
Oh, that was an old one.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. That's what I was a kid. That's what I'm saying. Way back in the day. So that's when I started picking. I'm like, oh, okay, you don't know. Then he did that. What was Eddie Murphy's first movie concert? It just blew up from there.
The movie concert?
Yeah,
With Herbie Hancock?
No, on film when he did his when he was in the leather
Raw?
outfit
Raw?
Raw. Yeah, yeah. When he did Raw, he just took off from there. Wasn't no more no need for Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He made Saturday Nights Live.
Mm.
You know, that dude was
Funny.
something else. Yeah, funny cat,
I
funny
think
cat.
he between him and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, those are your two favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, my two favorites, the ones I had to sneak and listen to. That was Red Fox and Richard
You
Pryor.
talk very low.
You know, my two favorites was the ones I had to sneak and listen to. You know, Red Fox and Richard Pryor back in the '70s. You know what I'm saying? You know, so them cats came a little. I like what I like. You know, now don't get me wrong, Eddie and Dave, them cats is bad. But if I had to pick a third, I had to put Bernie Mac ahead of them, the homeboy. You know, him, Robin Harris. You know, Robin Harris would have been an awesome one. I don't know what happened to make them folks, OD that brother like that. But but he was from the shy. You know, people don't just up and just take some things that they ain't used to and OD on it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you from the streets, you know what shit feel like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what it look like, you know what it's supposed to smell like. You know what I'm saying? So somebody slipped it to you. You know, somebody slipped it to you. And honestly, I got millions of conspiracy theories throughout life. So people say conspiracy theories, like that brother man Baez. You know, he was gonna go turn Boston out, but was Boston really ready? You know what I'm saying, for that brother to come and take over like that at that time in 80, I think it was 86, 87, something like that. You know, it's crazy, man. How people just get moved aside, for out of greed. You know, like I used to tell my brothers, when we was young and out there trying to hustle and whatnot. It's enough money in this world for everybody. Why you gotta why you gotta hate on someone else for you to get yours? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta knock another man down to get yours when it's enough out there for everybody? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got 100 nightclubs in a town and they all filled up. Why would you hate on this guy because you thinking, well, I could probably get 5, 6 more customers. If I shut this guy down, go bomb this place. Come on, man. But that's how people operate. That's how the
How do you
mob
get there?
operate. I don't know how we got here. Oh, we
John ain't even smoking.
see, that's what I was telling her earlier.
Still him. Still John.
How the heck we got to talk? I'm telling you, man,
you went
my
down a
life
whole
is so
roller coaster.
blended. It's just so
It don't
blended,
take much
man.
for John,
Right,
you know.
right. It's so blended, That's what's so great about it. You know what I mean? I would
I'm
trade it
dizzy
for the
now,
world.
John. I'm dizzy now.
No, don't be. Don't be. But no, we was just talking about we was talking about your favorite comedian, and then we got to talking about
Who's favorite comedian?
she asked me, well, how'd you get on
He
comedians?
asked me about Eddie Murphy's first
Oh,
stand
yeah.
up. Well, I don't know if it wasn't his first stand up, but it was the big one, right?
Right, Raw.
Raw.
First on film,
So,
but the first I saw on
My
film.
two favorites are Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Ah.
I think they're fun. They're more funny. The Wayans brothers are funny too. And, I love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Damon and Marlon was the funny ones to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that Marlon. That dude used to kill me.
So reflect on past lessons.
Past lessons.
Reflect on past lessons. Shantell, since you just joined us again,
You was telling
I'm
us about your
unjoining
baby.
you too.
You was telling us about your baby and the situation.
Okay, well hold that thought.
All right.
she's going again.
Hold it.
Past lessons.
Carry on.
Past lessons. You want to go first? Ladies first?
There are so many. There are so many.
Yeah.
I mean, being that I was not born in the U.S.
Right. Where were you
I
born?
moved here when I was about 15.
From where?
15. From Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Mm-hmm. I moved to New York.
New York. New York City.
Yes. So, got to just see these people aren't nice here.
Really? They're very rude here.
They're very rude.
Yeah.
I got teased for my accent.
Uh-huh. What year were you in school when you came?
I graduated in 93.
93.
Mm-hmm.
So
And,
what year did you start school here? What year
Oh.
were you in?
89?
So about the 8th grade or something?
No.
9th grade? Just starting high school, first year of high school? Awesome. 89, I was a junior. No, what I'm talking about, 89, I was a junior. In my junior year at the corrections department. I started there in 87. Yeah, man, just turned 20. Got that call about a month before I turned 20. Got the call, you know.
But how is it, what life lessons did you learn from that?
From the penitentiary was to keep my black ass up out of it. That's my
Oh.
first cuss word all night. I pitch myself. You know, man, that ain't someplace you want to be. I'm glad that was my first job because, you know, when I gave that bad job, I gave up all the dumb shit I was doing. You know what I mean? Because I'd be damned if I turned my green uniform in for a blue jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. So, yeah. And then that following, you know, that was the year, you know, mom passed, you know. And yeah, man, decisions.
Well,
If it wasn't for the blessings that she left behind, I'd have probably struggled even more in the 96. I'd say from 91, from the day she passed to maybe about only a couple of years. I mean, I don't think it was that long, but I mean, externally, you can see the effect on me. But once I truly accepted it from the moment it happened, to tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what you tell yourself in order to get by. You know what I'm saying? But in
did you ever get therapy? Yeah.
I treated myself.
You treated yourself?
I treated myself.
Self-treatment?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I had, you know, because it was already there. You know, she instilled, I mean, she mentioned many times how she's not going to be here forever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she used to tease us, talking about, I'm going on vacation, and ain't none of y'all going, and I don't even know if I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? But that's what, you know, you got a house full of grandkids and grown kids and young kids, and you know what I'm saying? Mom passed at 64.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. She passed at the age of 64. You know, she was pretty much a young lady, you know. And my Uncle George did the funeral, you know, my brother Joe, you know. And my Uncle George said something that really put me at peace with the whole situation. Okay. He said if Bessie could, she wouldn't come back. You know, he said Bessie's tired. She left this world with many blessings. She did her job. You know, she brought 12 children on this planet. You know what I mean? Look at all the family out there. 12. You know, she birthed 12 children. That's why when people talk about her out there giving up, man, I'm glad mine didn't, because I'm number 12. You know what I'm saying? Imagine the greatness the world would have been deprived of if I had not been here. You know? So
John on his soapbox again. John on his soapbox. Dang, I forgot my phone.
See that? Coming in talking erratically.
He's taking a deep dive in the roller coaster again.
Yeah, I thought he was on a soapbox. You call it a roller coaster, I call it a soapbox.
You know when you go,
right, it's all downhill from here. Can nobody ever do nothing right now? John is on it.
Pulling the station.
Right. We'll be back in a moment. Not messing with you, John.
So we're talking about reflection on the past. Just things that you learned, that changed you. Like, what were your pivotal moments where you realized?
Some people don't change. They just keep doing the same stuff. What do you say about them? And we keep them around us. Why?
Right. That's what I was telling you. You know, if you basically, you know, you still stagnant on the way on your perception of the world at 23 as it is at 57, whatever you're doing for 34 years. You know what I mean? Talking low again. We need to get these mics out here because I'm not used to talking loud. To talk clear. Because, like I said, when I speak loud, most of you throughout my days, you know, people, you know, why is he angry? What is he shouting about? What are you talking about?
No, there's a
difference. No, it's volume, volume, you know, and just to carry is to just not necessarily have stronger volume, but to speak clearly and volume just to turn up just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little, yeah, like that, right there. Just a little bit, baby. RESPCT. Find out what it means to me. RESPCT.
That's that Trinidadian in there, you know what I mean? When she said that in Trinidad, right, but she just said that in Trinidadian.
No, that was just in right syllables.
Understand that.
Hey, as long as you get the syllables right.
Right.
Hey, she's still like, that's what we do culturally.
Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me.
One more time. Hey! I don't know where that went. But anyway.
Right.
Man, but yeah, Sadiqa last night, what happened, she took something for her neuropathy. And it was the first time she took it at 8:00 last night. And she told me, I talked to her this morning. She called me. She usually do inventory on Wednesday and get in some orders. But she said, hey, we don't need anything, and I don't feel real good. So I'm just going to get some rest and be ready for the shift this evening. And I said, okay, well, call me if you need someone to pick up the baby. And so at 1:30, she called me. I said, okay, I'll get her. So you get you some rest. She said, okay, I should be ready by then. And certainly I called her on the way in, and she told me, I overslept. I'm getting it together. I'll be there. And when she come in the door, it took her probably drank all her energy that she just got together. Yeah. So I'm thinking it is that medication.
What's
she
the
said
name of it?
Anthracepylene or something. She said it felt like, she looked lethargic. She looked dehydrated. She looked.
That's why I thought it was heat exhaustion.
Yeah, so she looks definitely exhausted, but she said she feels a little better than it did last night. And I said, okay, well you're on your way out of it then.
Right.
And
so I got up on the allergy list.
Yeah, but then I tell her too, one thing we do as people, we put our emotions in decision making and stop. Because she didn't call me because she was like, oh, well, I know, you got the other kids. And so, listen, you took the wrong medication. Give me the information.
Right.
Let me make a decision.
Right.
Don't make it for me. Don't assume nothing. Right. Don't take nothing. You ain't put nothing on me to take on. I mean, just you have a life you're responsible for, your daughter. If you dead, guess what? Right. Because you didn't want to bother nobody. Now you dead. Right. Guess how many people you going to bother?
Right.
So it's just, and I do the same, and this is why I'm talking about it. I have done the same. Now I know better. So what they got is genetic from me. Or maybe, and I got it from my mother because my mother would do it too. And it's something we do even as people. And it's good to do it in moderation. But if something's ailing you, you're about to die, or you don't know, you think you're going to make it, just share it. Share it with someone. So what if it about texting? Hey, just text and let you know I don't feel real good. Just, that's it. So, yeah, give people an opportunity just to get the information. Let them make the choice. And so I'm upset with her, but of course she's dealing with it. So I don't want to reprimand her. Right. But at the same time, I said, hey, you should have gave me that information. That's all I want. I just want the information. And so it's over there. And so
somebody's over there?
They know what to do. Let's see if she know what to do. It's right there on the thing. It's a DoorDash. She just pick it up.
Oh, okay. Check it out. I know you're stepping to the 2025, huh?
Yes, no, I'm just stepping into this. This is why they doing it.
Right.
That's your order right there. So, but no, you just whatever. Ain't that what they do at Wawa and all that?
Right.
You put the little thing on there. Yeah. So, but what else?
Well, that was a beautiful way for you to handle it.
Yeah, you got. It's not our first time, and of course, unfortunately, I got a lot of children, unfortunately, but it's practice. But they got to get better. They got to get better because, you know, and also I got to say it because I don't want to hold that. You know, we all gonna die. There's no cure for death. We all will die. I don't want to bury my children, and I certainly don't want it to be because of something I didn't say, something I knew better, and then teach them. So I got to say it, and they got to hear it. If they listen, okay, great. That's still a choice, but I had to give it. That way, I'm at ease. I can live with myself. I can be at peace. You know, and I got to treat people that way too. So if I bug you, hey, I got to get it off my chest. But no, but it's good. It's who we have, each other. It's the village.
Yeah.
You know, only reason Shantell's or the three was the Shut Up and Ride show or Three's a Crowd is here because we depend on other people. Nobody's independent.
Yeah, we was sitting around talking one night, doing what we doing. Like, hey, let's get this podcast started.
No, they was talking a lot. I was like, "What we doing? Let's go."
Right.
We ain't got this. We ain't got that. But hey, we got a phone.
Hey,
We got to. We can do. Hey,
right.
now we like every week. I think we only missed 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I was absent.
That's
well,
all
you
right.
were still there.
That's
You
all
were
right.
still
Yeah,
there.
he was always here in spirit.
Yeah. We
You
talked
know.
about you. Said, "What'd you call her? Bald head Trinity?"
Man, I tried not to. But she
Did
made
you call me
me.
a bald head, Trini?
She made me. She gave me
With
the
my
cue
head
card.
bald.
She gave me the cue card. She said, "This is what you say." You know? So I mean, I had to read the card. You know, we invented this great big card. You know what I'm saying? We the best card ever.
John, don't make me take this hat too.
Right, with a hat. Yeah, I want that.
Right.
I ain't have my
That'd
hat
be
today
perfect with
either.
your sundress.
Yes.
Wouldn't that with it, you know?
Yes.
Well,
That
I think
look
I
hat
need
go
to
with
Did I give
everything.
you a purple hat last year too?
You gave me like a tan one.
Oh, tan. Who I get a purple one to? Oh, that was OG's wife, Triple
Okay.
OG's wife.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do something.
What up, Triple OG? If you out there, brother? I know you told me you be spying every now and again. So you know, if you out there, my man, to you and Miss Paula, peace and love, brother.
That's right. Peace and love.
Indeed.
You know.
Yeah. Is my 12-hour deodorant on this 14th hour or something?
Why?
Right guard
Kinda
and turn
far
left.
away from me this week.
Oh, you want me to be closer to you?
Yes, come closer.
Oh, you like being crowded?
Just to be close to you.
I grew up in Trinidad. Let me tell you something. I grew up in Trinidad, and we like Carnival. Yeah, okay, have you ever been to Orlando Carnival?
No.
That's like next week, I think.
Is that right? Y'all want to take
Yes,
me
it
through
is.
that experience?
So I've been trying to get Shantell to do like a little soca party out here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What's the soca party?
Soca party.
Yeah.
You gonna put on a sweat.
Is that
That's all
right?
I'm saying.
You know what I'm gonna wear next week though? That shiki I've been dying to wear for a year. And she gave me that shiki.
I thought you weren't gonna say Speedos or something.
But my belly was like, brother, you gotta get rid of the shiki.
Now we need a diet.
Right. So I think I should be able to wear it comfortably down. You know.
That's because half my shoulder up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Show them folks your beauty.
Nah,
That's
you're
all
good.
right.
You're good.
Thank you. I try. I only played in the dumpster an hour today.
You only do.
You ain't got to put the arm
Played in
around
the
though.
dumpster an hour.
We ain't in the movies.
You know.
Look, John, I can't lean back. Your arm's there. You're gonna get squeezed. It's gonna pinch.
I don't mind none of that. But okay.
Y'all, anyway, they over here carrying on. Let me see what we're gonna talk about else too. Y'all been talking. I'm
it's
sorry.
just that time. It's
That's
all
right.
you. Go ahead.
It's it ain't all me, but man, that's
You got a trip to tell us about the New Orleans thing going on. You know, you mentioned the 700-mile journey, but tell us what's going to happen when you're in New Orleans.
Yes, I will tell you that. Before I go to that, I just want to, man, to be able to do whatever it is you have to do in the midst of whatever is going on. You know, it's important to of just keep it moving through that ordeal, and it's just coming down. It's like,
You
okay,
gotta
what's
stay
my
grounded.
next step? Yeah,
You're grounded.
you know, and And I listen, I don't know a time I really wasn't. You know, Uh, yeah, enough folks around me, but at the same time, the nest, once you raise your children, they got to be able to do certain things. They got not that you're letting them go, but you can't be an enabler. You know, the jails is filled with children that parents were their enablers, and still, so
Yeah.
it's important to convey that
Let them
to,
fly.
yeah, allow them to,
Kick 'em
you
out
know,
the nest.
you can't send understand, when parents say, oh, it's all about your education, I'll do everything for you, you just go to school. Well, that's a disservice, because if you didn't tell them they have to make up their bed or clean up their room or wash the dishes, how can they?
Right.
How can they be ready for the world?
Right.
It's a lot of times Chantel's were their first job, but they didn't know how to mop. They didn't know how to sweep. And only because I'm a mother first and a business owner second, did I keep them. But, the next person, and some people may want a blank slate, but the basics of just being able to move forward.
Basic adult living skills is what we call it in behavioral health.
And not even adult. You ain't got to be an adult to sweep.
Yeah,
You don't have to be an adult to clean up behind yourself.
Yeah, but even when we
You have to clean your butt.
Yeah, but even,
You have to. So if you only know how to clean your butt, you know how to clean your area. I doubt if you know how to clean your butt then.
Right. You'll be surprised, man. I literally had to bring a doll in just to demonstrate to these teenage boys how to wash.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because it's some of our workforce.
You'd be amazed who don't know how to clean themselves.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why people. That's why people get poisoned and hepatitis B and all, because feces. So that's why I started hugging versus shaking hands.
Right.
No, I actually did a little summer camp class with some young girls,
Mm-hmm.
and they were from 5th grade to teenagers, to like high school teenagers, and you'd be surprised how many girls get dirty. Because they don't know
how to clean.
Like the difference in get different sizes when you in the early part you're gonna have more, and just
even I didn't know
cleaning themselves.
My mom,
a lot of them didn't know.
We grew up in the age where your parents didn't really talk to you about, or at least my mother didn't. It was like taboo. So I remember smelling myself and thought that's just the way it is. I didn't know how to do. Now I cleaned. I knew how to clean, but it was something more. Mm-hmm. And it's something more. And I'm like, well, man, I just felt like you go through your subconsciousness like, oh,
look at John. Look. He's feeling so crowded right now.
6 sisters.
Yeah, I know he know. I tell people sometimes you can Google this, but
he gave me a look like, y'all.
That's just what she's perceiving. Not only what she perceived.
Hey, if I may interject real quick, I remember I had just got married, and my niece Penny called me. Penny asked me if I could go buy her a box of tampons and bring them to her. Mm-hmm. And my wife was like, "She comfortable with asking you that?" I'm like, "Why wouldn't she be? I've been buying." No, she asked me, "Was I comfortable in buying them?" You know what I mean? I said, "I've been buying tampons since I was 7." You know what I mean?
It ain't for me.
Right.
And if you think it's for me, then
product,
what's wrong with you?
You know what I mean? It's just another product.
Right.
No, she ain't got no. She ain't.
It's natural.
Why would she be ashamed to ask her uncle to go get something for her?
Like it's like being ashamed to die.
Right.
Ashamed to use the restroom. It's you shouldn't be in a certain place to do it.
I mean, I'll tell you. Listen, I'm totally transparent. I ain't got shit to hide. And I don't care what nobody says. Well, thanks. So the answer. Since we on this topic,
what you think about me and none of my business. You keep that. I'm not gonna ask you.
But my mom came. She traveled. She came up to New York. Mm-hmm. We were in Trinidad. So.
Hey there. Hey. Waiting for you at work. Thank you. Welcome.
What's wrong? brother? You okay?
We-
Stressed a lot.
Yeah, look,
We're live.
Yeah,
Dika just went to the hospital, so we need you today.
Okay, I got the schedule.
Okay, you here?
So
I ain't telling the story.
thank you.
You welcome.
Which
That was
one-
Guy,
You
y'all.
don't tell it now.
No,
That's
Oh, you
real
just
guy.
tell it
Which
to the
one?
world.
No.
All right.
What's up, people? Make me famous.
Well, it might be important to tell them
Yeah,
because
tell your story.
What place
Show
that
you-
order?
this is for parents who don't,
Welcome to Shantell's.
who not able to communicate,
Hello,
don't
this is Shantell.
communicate the right way. That kind of
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What was that again? I'm sorry. What was you saying?
nothing.
Come on. Share, Cindy, share.
Well, I was in Trinidad.
Right,
I was probably about 12, 13.
right.
12 or 13.
Yeah,
speak a little louder.
my mom came to the U.S.
Uh-huh.
To kind of set things up for us, and she brought us up when she could,
Right.
1 by 1, 2 by 2, whatever.
Scalp the place.
Yeah.
Right.
But so while she was gone, my dad was with us, and he worked 1 week here, 1 week home, 1 week he's on the rig, on the oil rig. He was an engineer.
Oh, okay.
This has nothing to do with the story, but
Okay.
so when he went to work, he left us with my cousin next door. She was an older cousin,
Right.
and I didn't really feel comfortable asking her certain things. But when I saw first sight of the thing,
Right.
I told her, I think I need something.
Right.
So she just tossed it at me. Here.
Wow.
And you just had to figure it out.
Right.
She assumed you knew.
Yeah.
That mean nobody taught her either.
Your
For
mama never
months.
told you, girl.
For months, I was wearing that shit upside down.
Oh.
Wait, which one? The pad?
The pad. I was
Right.
wearing it.
Oh, the
sticky
sticky
part.
side.
Oh gosh, yes.
So it won't stay right. So it stay in place. Yeah, I got you. I
You gotta
get-
talk to your young girls.
Yeah,
gotta
you.
tell 'em.
It's so many things you don't
Yeah.
know. But it's okay not to know.
Yeah. Well, my mom, she did her best. She came up here
Right.
and sacrificed. I'm sure she
So
didn't want
much.
to leave her 2 girls,
Right.
Sure.
And
And having to
I'll never
trust.
leave her side.
And
So
having
who
to
came
trust
up
other
first?
people.
Who came up first? The girls or the boys?
It was Paul was the baby,
Yeah.
so
brought the
she
baby
brought
with
Paul
her.
first,
Right.
yeah. And then Natalie and I came up afterwards, the girls,
Right.
and she brought up Nigel, Neil, and Paul afterwards.
Gotcha.
So
A beautiful thing. Man.
Wait, how many brothers you got
Pardon
named
me.
Paul?
one brother named Paul.
Right, he was the baby that she had with him. Then you said he brought the girls up. Then she said you brought Nigel and Paul up.
Should I tell
See,
you
I
what time I
listened
woke
to you.
up?
What time did you wake up this morning?
Thanks for having me back.
I got your back.
All right.
Your front, side to side.
Yeah,
You know, wherever you want me, I play that position.
Johnny's so ambitious. I like that.
Hey, but hey, y'all, man, we got our groove back. We back smiling, you know what I'm saying? We pray for our little sister, you know what I mean? She gonna be all right, Pray for the strength of this strong woman to my right, Shantell, Hey, she too shy of my mama. She got 12, my mama she got 10, my mama had 12. You know the type of strength that come with that? I mean, I can imagine the strength that come with just having one.
My grandmother had 11.
That's
Well, she
beautiful.
actually birthed 16, but
Wow.
5 died. at
Wow.
birth.
Wow. Wow.
So
So sad.
that's but remembering my grandma in
Uh-huh.
the kitchen,
Yeah.
I mean, she was very stoic. Not a lot of emotions or expressions.
Right.
I think I've seen her laugh before,
Yeah.
but for the most part, she was just so focused on what she got to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Life, man. Imagine.
When I think about her now that I'm seeing through these 51-year-old eyes,
Right.
I'm like, grandma must have experienced a lot.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
And she was
Especially
more
those
of an
times. You gotta think
observer.
about the times they come up in too,
Yeah.
Your granny, you talking about your granny, so your granny was probably early 20th
Yeah.
century. My granny was born in 1900. And she passed in 95. I honestly believe my granny hadn't had that accident in her apartment she'd have probably lived to be 120 or something, because she was full mind, 32 teachers, just like my, I mean, come on, man. The damn stock. The stock is there. My pops, man, man, come on. We ain't gonna even start with pops. You talking about a 50-50 kid out of Jackson, Mississippi back in 1922. You know what I mean? Nobody liked you. The white folks don't like you. The black folks don't like you. My granddaddy was white, an old white Irish cat. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We just thought, you just
got Irish in you?
Yeah, you mean my name
Hey,
is John
my
Fitzgerald.
brother, Sidney Fenty.
My name is John Fitzgerald McKay. Hey, when I fell out apps and whatnot, people thought I was a white cat till they saw me at the interview. Mm-hmm. That's how I know when people say, man, your name, you know what I mean? People say when they would start naming folks, so and Cornetta and all the phony names, and people wouldn't even get an interview. You know what I'm saying? Because of their name. I didn't have no problem getting an interview, but once they saw this black face, they're like, "You're John Fitzgerald McKay." I'm like, "Yeah."
You sound like a president.
But I believe I was named after my granddaddy, which I never met. That was my mom's pops. I never met him. But yeah, because I had an Uncle Johnny. Uncle Johnny was a pretty cool dude.
Do you think you surround yourself with positive people more now through the lens of the
Yeah, and the fact that I was blessed. I mean, I got friends from back in '82. Yeah, we still close. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say I
got circles of friends from back in high school. Matter of fact, hell, from even sixth grade. We still friends. You know what I mean? We don't talk every day, but when when friendships like that, once you get on the phone, it's like you just spoke last week. You know what I mean? That's I'm blessed that way. And man, it's a beautiful thing. Because like I said, when I had to have that situation the other week, I put that SOS out last week. It didn't take 5 minutes. And it's crazy.
What's that noise?
It's crazy. There's something going on back there in the kitchen. But yeah, man. You think we ought to abbreviate this show since we got? I was hoping we could do 2 hours, but we're coming up on an hour.
Yeah, we might need to cut it short. Shantell got a lot going on today. Yeah. And we just trying to hold it down. Hopefully we ain't boring.
Yeah, never that.
Y'all fell asleep? No. Nah.
Hello.
We excited. You never know what we're gonna say. So that's why you always gotta stay tuned.
Right.
You never know.
Right.
And this chick right here, tell them more stories.
Chill, Dad. Give me one more story about the island.
Oh Lord. I mean, shoot. What do I remember best about the island when I was a kid was the fact that all the family would get together on the holidays, dump all their kids in the cars, and we would all meet at the beach.
Right.
And everybody bring a dish, and we call it a beach line.
Yeah.
Yes, beach the parents, they bring the alcohol and whatnot, but we in the water. And having a great time, chasing each other in the sand and all of that. There's no judgment, but
yeah, it sounds like
those were the good days. Yeah. Now you get older and people,
isn't that crazy? Isn't that sad, man?
They just forget about that.
Isn't that sad? Your children barely know each other because of bickering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people children don't want to be around your family.
Is it that serious?
Because of situations, But sad folks make things, you know what I mean? People just stop wanting to be around all that misery. You know what I mean? You can't be happy for nothing in the world. You just gotta people just say, man, then you wonder why, folks don't want you around.
No, because some people wake up grumpy every day. Yeah. I mean, they don't even just try to wake up on the positive side. Right. If they're trying to do that, decide that you're going to have a great day.
Yeah.
That's it. Easy as that.
But that saying, misery loves company is definitely true. There's some miserable folks out there. They love trying to bring people down.
Yeah, they do.
It's so sad.
I got some of them
sad.
in my spare.
I have a few.
And
I have a few in the
I
family.
don't. I
you
ran
know?
out of it's to give.
Yeah. That's why I'm so glad. You know, my niece Cindy, she putting together a cousin reunion up there in Chicago for the 4th of July. Man, I wish I could be there. I ain't gonna be able to make it though, because unless they, I don't know. If I don't, I'm hoping I won't be able to make it. Tell you the truth, because that means I'm on a journey to this thing here. You know what I mean? But if I'm a damn sure ask them come June when I go through this week of West Virginia, be like, hey, do y'all think within a month I can at least take a quick trip up to the side? You know, if I'm not on the list, but once they put me on that list, I can't leave. You know, I can't leave the state because I got to be within 3-4 hours of the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
Now, what's the risk when you're flying? That's the question.
I
Are you gonna fly?
I can fly.
You can
because I
fly.
just,
Okay.
like I got so much equipment I carry with me. You know what I mean? That's why I always drove. I really don't like flying, but yeah, I can take a quick flight. You know, take a quick flight up there. I might do that. See if I can.
I'm gonna find a beach.
A beach. Where at? Up there?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
We're in
There's
Florida.
so many beaches around. Who's
Yeah,
talking about flying
nah.
the beach?
I can't do the Atlantic, man. I can't.
No. Well, let's go. We can go down.
Mm-mm.
We can go west.
Mm-mm.
We can go west.
I gotta go to
the Gulf
to the
course.
Gulf.
Right. That's west.
the Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of Mexico. I remember I rolled out to Pensacola Beach when I was a kid. We stayed in Mobile. Like I said, I always hung out with older cats. So I was about 11 to 12 or something. I was hanging out with these 16, 17-year-old dudes. You know what I mean? And we was at Pensacola Beach. And my mom would have killed me because I just learned how to swim. You know what I'm saying? And but anyway, I saw this real big lady just get taken away by the tide. You know what I'm saying? That's when I realized, man, you got to be careful if let's say if you fat. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful.
No,
you know,
we don't
this
say that
lady
word.
could not help herself. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't help it. They had to send
overweight.
out rescue team. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I was like, man, that's ridiculous. But I've only been to Pensacola Beach one time, and I was way back in the day.
I've never been up that side.
Yeah.
I want to take a trip to Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, I have a friend that lives in Tallahassee now.
Yeah.
And I have one that actually moved to Jacksonville also. So I think over the summer I'm going to do like a little road trip with my kids. Stop off here and there and,
right.
See some sights and see some people. And
yeah, road trip is good.
Yeah.
And take their phones. That way you guys have to communicate with
That's
each other.
That's a good thing,
you know what I mean?
I forgot the movie I watched. There was a movie the other day I watched with them. What's the guy named Tatum something? I don't remember his name. But Zoe Kravitz was in it.
No.
And they went to an island. He took them to an island. And as soon as they got to the island, they took everybody's phones.
Yeah.
I'd be concerned.
Were they strangers?
Because a lot happened after that.
Were they strangers?
They were all strangers.
Oh, well, you
and not
have
knowing
my
because
phone.
what's
You
funny
can't have my
is
phone,
no.
man.
What the crazy part is, right? That when they got on the flight with him, he's a millionaire. So he's just like, "Come on to my island." They get on the flight. They go there and they're like, "Yeah, everybody's drinking and having a good time." They get there and nobody has any clothes. No suitcases. First of all, no luggage. They get there. And the lady comes and she takes all the phones in the bag. And then they go to their rooms. And there's clothes in the closet that fits them.
Right.
Right? It's a really actually interesting movie. If I could remember the name next time, I'll probably post it in the comments or something. But the point of it is that when they realized that things weren't normal on the island, there was something weird going on.
Right.
They figured out that nobody knew each other.
Right.
They were all strangers. Oh, I just met him tonight.
Right.
One of the dudes said, "Yeah, I just met that dude tonight. I don't know him."
Wow.
Yeah. And even the girls, none of them knew each other.
Wow.
And yeah.
Were no couples?
I'm not gonna give away the story.
Were no couples?
There were no couples. There were no couples. But no, there were like equal males and females.
Right.
But nobody was a couple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then some strange things happened afterwards.
Huh.
I won't tell anymore. I'll spoil it.
But there's your movie review.
It was good, and I don't watch TV.
Right.
And I don't watch movies. I'm just too busy.
See, that juice got my stomach kind of acting funny.
Huh?
Man.
The juice?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Get to
You
the
want some
bottom of
water?
it. No, nothing else. I'm trying to last through the show so I can get home.
Oh. It's lemonade. It's strawberry lemonade.
Yeah. I don't think it needed water
It's
though.
the sugar.
Was it?
It had a lot of sugar in it. That's why that's diluted.
It's a shock to
You
the
see
system.
that big thing split between three of us.
Yeah. So imagine
I
sit
couldn't
there and
drink
try
it
to
all.
drink it all. Yeah. You'd be
Too much
bouncing
sugar.
all over the place, girl.
Too much sugar.
Too much sugar.
So you think we need to
What
shut
you
it
wanna
down?
do? I mean, hey, I can do this forever, especially with you and this young lady. You know, we can sit here and never know who might pick up on what. But no, we're gonna shut it down, y'all. We're gonna make this an abbreviated broadcast. You know, and pray for your loved ones, pray for your children, pray for your friends' children, pray for all the children of the world. You know, because man, they all need it, especially those that don't have no one to pray for them. You know what I mean? We gotta try to look out for these kids, man, because if we don't, who will? You know,
That's right.
we know the powers that be won't. They don't, you know, I ain't gonna even go there. We finna wrap it up.
Well, I know that the topic of today was be the change.
Yes,
Be the
indeed.
change.
Yes, indeed.
And I would say that I'm on this podcast because I do have a lot to say. I mean, I might be a little silly sometimes, but I'm truly down to earth.
Right.
And maybe I can
Change.
just share my experience and help someone out there that might be experiencing or experience something, different perception. We all live a different life. What I say earlier, your world is through your own eyes.
Yeah.
Your perception is different from mine.
Yeah.
It might look blue to you, but it's turquoise to me.
Right. There you go.
So it's all about perception.
There you go.
And I'll just leave you guys with a few tips. I always do my research, right? And be the change. Be the change. So one thing is we were talking about reflecting on lessons, right? That things through our life till now that we've experienced that changed us.
Right.
And I would say for me, it's been many times.
Oh yeah.
Many times. It comes in stages.
Yeah,
it's not just
people
one
change up on you, situations changes, job changes, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of them, you know what I mean? And you definitely gonna have people changing up on you. You know what I'm saying?
And
at the drop of a hat, unexpectedly, like where did that come from? You know what I mean? Have you been cloned? You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the cat I knew yesterday.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That moment usually happens when something dramatic happens.
Yeah, when they're going through some shit, but hey, man, it's some acts are unforgivable. You know what I mean? Some betrayal, man. You just like, dude, that's you.
I forgive them because I want my mind. I want to sleep at night.
Oh, I sleep at night. Trust me.
They can't have no real estate in my head.
Yeah. You know, I could,
So that release what no longer serves you.
Yeah.
Release what no longer serves you. Okay.
You see, a lot of times what people don't realize, man, it ain't that you holding on to shit, but it's just that you don't think about it until somebody bring it up. And then when they bring it up, and you still got that same feeling about the situation. That's what I mean by unforgivable. You know what I mean? You don't forgot it, you don't forgave it, but at the same time, when it's mentioned to you, like situations I don't even think about. But if someone bring it up, I'm gonna probably have that same disdain towards that day, towards that situation, towards that action. You know what I mean? You don't be like, oh yeah, I remember such and such stuck the screwdriver in my knife in my back. You know what I mean? Now you can think you can smile about it in the future. No. But I'm just saying, if it happened, but I forgave him so that I can smile about it when I talk about it years later. No, that some bitch stuck a knife in my back. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You might have forgave him, right? That's what I mean, right? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, forever.
Betrayal is a big one.
Right, forever. You know what I mean?
It's a big one.
And since guys, I done went over an hour. I only used one curse word. I think I did good. Can I pat myself? Can I pat myself? How many curse words I used? I bet you
More than
call
two.
my hand, my bag, I'm grabbing you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That happened to me one time my junior year. Me and this girl was sitting on the bench in front of the gym. And she had on her, she had on shorts. We were sitting this close, we was facing each other. But when she goes to stand up, you know what I'm saying? So just like my arm had your thing,
Mhm.
my leg had a short trap. So when she stood up, but her shorts stayed down. Yeah. Tried to get me kicked out of school for that. School hadn't even started yet. I was at summer football practice. She was at summer cheerleading practice. You know what I mean? We just sitting there talking. You know what I'm saying? I tried, man, get the hell out of here.
Them shorts must have been real loose. Anyway, that's why you got to surround yourself with positive influences. Okay.
That chick, may she rest in peace. She was funny though, man. A lot of folks.
And step out of your comfort zone, John. Talking about be the change.
Right.
Step out of your comfort zone. This would you say this is out of your comfort zone? Because this podcast is out of my comfort zone.
That karaoke y'all got me doing, you know what I mean? Man, come on. Don't get me wrong, my sister-in-law there, my brother, may he rest in peace, his family, that's all we do every time we get together. They break out the mic. I got a sister-in-law in that. I can't wait till she come down here. You know what I mean? Because she going to love hanging out with y'all. Yeah, I'm telling you, she going to need a personalized mic because she ain't going to give it up. Because I remember as a little boy, it's just crazy because my sister-in-law, they stayed around the corner from me. Of course, they wasn't my sister-in-law at the time. We all was kids. So, we grew up, her and my brother ended up getting together. But anyway, they stayed around the corner. And their old man was a DJ. Lou was a DJ. So he had a wall, he had a mirror wall, stereo system, and whatnot, and everything. So every Saturday morning, of course, they got the music blasting as they clean, you know what I'm saying, on neighborhood bumper. At least that particular corner of Massasoit and Iowa on the west side of Chicago. And I used to like to sit and watch, them two, Sandra, Annette, and Brenda, and my sister Linda sometimes would join them. You know what I mean? They be in there singing, doing it the thing, you know what I'm saying? And it was just a lot of fun on that west side. But that was when children were safe. You know what I'm saying? They didn't bother kids in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like they started going in the 80s. You know what I mean?
When I came to Florida and understand that people actually disappear in these places.
Yeah.
If you go to the rest stops going towards like Tampa and stuff, the amount of pictures of missing children.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You have to be more careful.
Yeah. Well, I got apps for that, right under my seat.
Yeah.
It's called Mace. And some. Yeah. I'm ready.
Got to be ready.
Always.
Gotta stay ready to keep from getting ready.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Ain't gonna get me.
Right.
They think they got me. I'm right. Excuse me, what do you need?
You gonna hit them? What you gonna do after that?
What?
What you gonna do?
He better watch his feet because I'll be out.
See, that's like in the movies and whatnot, people don't take the time to finish. Like I always told my nieces and nephews and my daughter, I'm like, don't run away. You know what I mean? You have it to where you walk away. You know what I'm saying? Whatever weapon you got, whatever you use, make sure you keep it with you. Got somebody to pick it up and use it against you. You know what I mean? But I remember my niece and nephew got ran home by this white lady. Talking about my niece took her daughter's CD or some crap, And I mean, she actually ran behind them up into the house thinking they had home by themselves. You know what I mean? Because my sister, she didn't get off until maybe 4 or 5 o'clock. So most of the time they were home. Mm-hmm. Today, Uncle John at the house. You know what I'm saying? They come running in that door, man. That lady ran her man. She just lucky, man. I just basically told her, you know what? I let her go without kicking her ass for running my niece up in that house like that. And I told her, I said, well, I think you probably need to go get your husband. You know what I mean? Go get your husband. Hopefully he come over here as hostile as you are. You know what I mean? So I could do to him what I really want to do to you. You know what I mean?
That was 4.
All right. I say you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Same
Like
difference.
that. I work
It's a
it out.
filler.
It's a filler.
Say something else.
Follow me.
No, I'm not following anyone.
You with me?
I'm with you.
You with me? Right on.
I support you. I support your well-being. I want you to be happy and healthy.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I wonder if they remember that, Bobby and Lynette. Y'all let me know if y'all hear this. If y'all
What is
remember
that?
day.
What's Bobby and Lynette?
That was my niece and nephew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who remember them?
If they remember that day. When that lady,
if they do.
Yeah,
Okay.
called herself chasing her home. Because I think it was a CD player or something. She told me my niece took from her daughter or something. Like, lady, my sister, last thing these kids need to do is steal somebody's shit. You know?
I told you guys about the lesson my mom did.
What's that?
Put my brother's hand over the fire.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't over the fire, but it was like, it looked like it was.
Right.
Because she believed that he took her little change over the counter.
Right.
That shit was a powerful lesson. Don't try that shit at home.
Oh yeah.
Don't say Cindy said. I mean, if you do it, I'm telling you, it's a really, it burnt into my brain.
Yeah.
And she knew that none of her children ever touch anything.
Yeah, my mom used to tell us that you go to somebody's house and they got dollar bills all over that floor.
Yeah.
You don't touch damn one of them.
But the children gotta be old enough to understand, because not everyone understands.
Yeah.
So, other thing is, so we're talking about So we stepped out of our comfort zone. I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of things these days that's out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I see what there's 2 bands chasing me now to be part of their band.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's way out of my comfort zone.
Poppy, you up for the man.
Yeah.
You got charisma, you got style, you know what I'm saying? You got a nice voice, you know.
Thank you, John.
Definitely easy to look at. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So hey.
He just knows what to say to the girls.
Yeah, right.
So practice gratitude for the present.
Those your bullet points?
Yes, it's my notes.
Oh, okay.
Practice gratitude for the present.
Okay.
For the present.
Right.
So when I say live in the now.
Living now.
Practice gratitude. Appreciate the moment.
Right.
Get out of the phone.
Right. Put it down. Put it down.
While I'm doing something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Go to a party if you're invited to it.
Yeah.
Don't stay at home.
Be aware.
Be aware, yeah.
Be fair.
Be fair.
And at times it's good to be square.
Practice gratitude.
Yeah.
Appreciate people that are kind to you.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Do you
Pray.
listen to that song I sent you, the DNA?
John, you ain't figure out what my schedule look like?
You always got time for music. Just pull it up and listen as you ride.
Listen.
All them long trips you take it to the Berry and a Apopka and whatnot.
And
you don't listen to the music.
One of these bands got me trying to sing soca. And I mean, it's like really a challenge to find some songs. It's not easy to find.
Do you have Spotify?
I do. I got Spotify and I got YouTube music.
And they don't get you no soca music.
I do. That's what I've been. But that's what I've been listening to in the car lately.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of cramming some soca songs.
Gotcha. All right.
I mean, like Carnival is next week.
And where's this carnival at?
Downtown Orlando.
In it?
No, I ain't going down there. I don't like crowds.
So what you talking about then?
No,
it's like down there somewhere you won't go.
So they have different events over the weekend. Well, starting probably from this weekend. They're doing different events. Sandal.
Okay.
And yeah. So I've been asked to sing some soca songs. And that's what I've been listening to. And it's not easy. Patrice Roberts, I tip my hat to you, girl. Oh God, I can't sing your song. And Nadia Bassett. Nadia, oh God. Oh, they're too high.
Too high.
They're too high. I can't do it.
Yeah. So what is the difference? Play something for me real quick. I don't
what?
What's
soca?
Yeah.
Oh wait. I'm playing one of the songs that I'm listening that I'm learning right now. Well, actually, I learned it. Let's say I learned it. Oh, here we go.
Big Bad Soca, SOCA.
It's a man song. Take a chip now.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, wow. We are this sound of 100,000 coming off your room. We are the vibration that you feel when the music do.
Come on, sing it, man.
Become the dirty epics.
Hey,
How many girl and wine and strike the electric boots.
all right now.
Take a chip, take a chip, take a chip, take a chip now.
What are you saying? Pick a chip.
Take a chip. He's saying, hold on. He's saying, take a chip. Like, so in Trinidad, when we're playing mass, we're chipping down the road. We're not walking down the road. We're
Like
chipping
Shrek,
down the
a little
road
bit. Got you.
with the big music truck.
Right.
So the big music truck is a big bad soca.
So it's kind of like what they do in New Orleans when they walking up the street playing the songs.
Exactly
Got
like
you,
that.
got you.
It is. I mean, like it's actually
So it's like
Well,
the
no.
break dancers out in the street break dancing. It's just where you
No, they're not
where
break
you at.
dancing.
No, I'm saying that what you're doing is just another name to it. You know what I'm saying? You got brothers in the street dancing. You know, you got them in New Orleans doing their thing, whatever they call it. In Trinidad, they call it a soca. You know,
it's all like
same activity, different
it's
location.
similar to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, right here, sweet.
My phone over there?
Yeah.
Oh. Never mind.
Yeah.
So that's one of the songs I'm considering.
Got you.
I like the song
Right.
and I sing it pretty good. I know the words.
Yeah.
So I
Sound pretty
just
good for
might
the
do
little
it
bit
this
you
weekend.
did.
I might.
Right on, right on.
And I'm gonna do a Kes song too.
What's the case?
Kes.
Yes. What's that?
Mhm. That Kes. If I ever meet him.
Na, 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 na.
Violin?
Right now, my vibes up, I'm getting on. It's no regrets if tomorrow never comes.
Cause this is my time, I let him go. And every second's a blessing from above.
Yes, indeed.
Like a feeling I
Can't control. It's the ways I want to wave, I want to wave.
so if you tell me
Have to go. No. I could take a wine now, so.
That song makes you happy, yeah.
Well,
Check
listen,
you out.
that's the
great.
whole culture.
That's great. Yes,
My culture
yes.
is about just being
Yes,
happy.
Yes.
So I come here and everybody's all like gloomy and stuff. You gotta understand how I'm from. Who are these people? Where are they from? Are
That's
they
that-
from Earth?
That's that. Yeah, I ain't gonna even trip. But that's that European mentality. That's that caveman spirit.
Who
To
came back here?
just tear up everything, to destroy everything.
The savages.
Right. You know, come on, man. Our nature, our people, our nature. Like you see, you go to an island, nothing but our people. What you gonna find? Love. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was so eager. It's so easy for them to so-called conquer. You know, because that's not our nature, to murder, to maim, to just take people possessions. You know what I'm saying? That's not our spirit. But now, over 400 years, we've taken on that spirit. You know what I'm saying? And now we're our worst
It's
enemy.
infected people.
Yeah,
It's
you know,
really,
and it's a disease.
it's really a disease.
Hatred is a
It
disease.
It
You know what I
is.
mean?
It's a sickness.
Self-hate
I
You
is
need
a
to go to the
Yeah.
doctor
Listen,
for
man.
it.
You-
Like,
you-
why are you hating?
Right.
Y'all
What is
so
that?
aggressive
Love.
over here. Y'all okay?
Yeah, no, we're telling them
We try
Tell
to
your
folks
people,
not
don't
to be
hate.
so aggressive and hate.
why
you
they
know?
hating.
That's why I
You
say.
think they listening?
No,
Y'all
they-
so aggressive?
I don't know. You know, we just
So, How you
talking.
feel,
I know.
young lady? You feeling better?
Mm,
I know
yeah,
you, I know
I'm
you
just-
worried. Did you
No,
get a
I'm
call
not
yet?
worried. No, I'm not worried. I've this is good. You know, like not good that she's there, but good in terms of I've seen and been through, you know, way worse. So
Right.
sometimes this here, it just to keep me a little, as you say, grounded, going, hey, we've been through worse. Okay, this will be fine. Now, and so nothing to worry about. Now, if I get some news that says otherwise, okay, then we got to worry about or be concerned. I'd say
Right.
worrying stops. Concern, there's an action. There's a solution. So I try never to worry I'm often concerned, but right now I know they're probably, if they have to pump her stomach, but I think it's probably too late. They'd probably reintroduce it to pump it. So at this point, just
How much of the medication did she
well, it
take?
was only one pill,
One dose.
but that I don't know if it was time released or what have you, but knowing that she said she felt that little better, I'm okay.
Right. Right.
And no news is good news.
Definitely.
She got my number. She was conscious enough to tell me, and she got a charger. I know where they're taking her right down the street here.
Right.
So when she knows something, she'll be good.
I saw her and I was just like, yeah, she don't look right.
Yeah, I heard you say Dika. I was like, okay, I knew already. So I'm grateful to that she ain't home still.
Right.
That
By
she
herself,
right.
yeah, with the baby.
Well, I picked the baby up, but I knew she was on her way in. Had I not seen her in here, then I would have been, oh boy,
Right.
But we all gravy, baby.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm glad you're kid as well. It's gonna be all right, sis. No doubt. No doubt.
When she knows she died, I'll kill her.
Right. If you leave, I'll murder you.
That's right. Go out there and get hit by a car. I'll kill you.
Right. Well, we didn't shut it down as we almost did a half hour ago. Go ahead, tell us something. Settle some things. Fill us in.
Hey, I don't even know if my boy
hour.
GQ tried to text me or anything. Let's see. I'm hanging backstage. Oh, he hanging backstage. GQ. There he is right there. G, what's up, baby? We don't know what we doing. Hold on.
Can you see me? There we go.
Yay!
What's happening?
I'm like, I'm back here chilling.
I know. Listen, going through motions, but excited for the weekend, baby.
Yeah, look, I'm working. I'm literally working right now, working on things and putting stuff together and keeping stuff together and answering calls. My phone been ringing all day, all day, all day, and I'm like, oh Lord.
Always.
So
That's awesome.
it's everything gonna be everything. I'm doing like I'm working, like I'm all getting my patches and stuff together,
Hey,
getting
y'all see the little the peace symbol.
everything.
These are my friends. They don't know much about it except for what I sent to them earlier. Can you tell us a little bit about the Peace Army and just what? Of course, I think it's everything all at once.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Can you? Because I can't hear y'all.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Maybe we were like.
Hold on.
Let's see. Hold on.
Hello.
How about now?
We can hear you, brother.
We can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about Peace Army?
Okay, so the Peace Army, in a nutshell, we aim to become the largest charitable motorcycle influence organization in the world. We aim to do this by doing hand-to-hand initiatives. So everything that we do directly affects our community, directly affects our brothers and sisters in a meaningful, positive way. So whether it's us raising money and donating money to families in need, whether it's presenting scholarships to aspiring um, college bound students, whether it's helping people fix stuff, whether it's just showing up for any type of worthy cause. The Peace Army wants to be there and wants to be a part of it. It started in 2022 following the death of my mom, the unexpected passing of my mom in 2021. And I grieved so hard behind her passing. I'm still grieving to a certain extent. And I took all of the things that her characteristics and the things that she did for other people and just the type of person she was, and I decided that that love and that energy that she gave to me, I needed to give to other people, especially because I wasn't her biological child. I was adopted at 6 months old. And so I always had this longing to make sure that I made her proud in whatever capacity that I could. And so I see I got this doggone light just beaming right in front of me, trying to turn around.
That's your
Um
mama saying, just shining that halo on you. Yeah, that's all.
so in my grieving process, I was always riding motorcycles, and I told her before she passed that I was gonna ride to California, and this is the first time I was gonna ever do something like that. And she just thought it was the craziest thing ever. She just thought, I was just insane to ride a motorcycle from New Orleans all the way to California and back. And she never got a chance to physically see it because she passed away in that February of 2021. June of 2021, I made the trip, and I had a memorial shirt with her pictures and stuff on, and I pulled the shirt out at the California State sign, and I took some pictures with it, and I just said, I told you I was gonna do it, Mom. I told you I was gonna do it, and here I am, doing it. And in the midst of my travels, I met just amazing people like Shantell and a bunch of other people who, if I start naming names, I'm gonna get in trouble. But I just people, good hearted people, good caring people, good loving people, people who got good energy, people who understand, what it means to look after and take care of other people. And so I took like that idea of looking after other people um from my mom, and then meeting other people who had that same type of energy. And then I started the what's called the Peace Army. And we just provide peace, love, and joy at 1 mile at a time, in any way possible. And so we have our second annual Unleash the Peace run this weekend down here in the New Orleans area, and it's gonna be a weekend full of fellowship, food, and fun with a purpose. We're giving away $1,000 scholarship to a local high school senior. But we also gonna have, just food, fun. We're gonna ride, and we're gonna just have a good time.
Right.
Shantell came last year, and she could speak on the karaoke that went down on that Friday before we rode out on Saturday. And it was just a good, beautiful time with beautiful people. And it's growing so big, like bigger than I could have ever imagined. Because I literally had to cut off registration because it was just getting too big, and I couldn't accommodate everything that I was giving to the people. Um, so when they register for the event, I make sure that I give them T-shirts and patches and other types of things to just let them know I appreciate them for coming and to support the event. Thank them for their time and their energy and their love and their support. And it's gonna be a good time. So I'm excited for this weekend. I'm in here slaving right now, trying to. My house is a tornado. I got stuck boxes and shirts and hats and everything all over the place because uh, a lot of people gonna come down and ask for those types of things. So I want to make sure that I have it readily available for them. So
That's great, man.
pretty
Well,
much it.
man, there's always a little mess when you're making progress. That's a
Yes,
beautiful
indeed.
thing, GQ. Me and Cindy, we don't ride right now, but I'm man, if I could get a 3-wheeler, I ride. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just ain't local enough to ride a 2-wheeler like you guys just yet, man. You
But
know?
the beautiful thing about the peace home is it's not just exclusive to people who ride. I just started riding, I started meeting people, and that's how I kind of formed. But anybody who believes in literally touching other people and making their lives just a little bit better, they can
Right.
be a part of the peace army, because that's all we about. We about looking after each other.
Awesome, man. How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I bought my first motorcycle. Didn't know how to ride, but I bought it anyway. I bought it in 2007. I learned to ride in 2007. I've been riding ever since.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So what is that? It's 21 years, something like that. 7, 14, 14.
18, something
I don't
like
know.
that.
It's so it's yeah. It's been about close to 20 years.
Good, good. Yes, someone asked me.
Oh, where can we purchase a T-shirt?
Yeah, t-shirts and
Uh,
patches. Where can we get them?
yes. www.peacearmyworldwide.com.
Peace on.
There's a merchandise section in proceeds. Not all the proceeds, but a portion of the proceeds go to funding scholarships for local high school scenes and other initiatives that we do. So I did an event in, I believe, was Shantell there? No, she was in Detroit. I had an event in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and all of the proceeds went to um a local elder who was she could definitely use the help. And so all the money that was raised, well, was obtained from the selling of the merchandise, put it in a bag and just handed it to her like, it's for you, you know. And
That's
the
beautiful,
thing,
bro.
it touched me because she's, she was so grateful, she was so appreciative. But she said, I can buy groceries this month. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just something, it's things, little things that we take for granted, like,
Yeah.
on a consistent daily basis. Like, there's some people who it's getting warm now. Like, some people don't have any house.
Right. Right.
Some people can't go buy groceries. Some people,
Right.
we laugh and joke about, riding motorcycles. They got some people who lost legs, who have to get around in wheelchairs and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, we just want to just make sure that we're looking out and we're not overlooking people that we run across on a daily basis.
That's
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah. And it's amazing, man, how a meal, a simple meal, could change someone's whole perspective from that day. You know what I'm saying? You made me think about, you know what I'm saying? I started a journey of mine in February of 2020, and I ended up coming through Orlando in January of 21. And I'm sitting over there by Lake Eola. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They have there's a lot of homeless folks around there. Even though it's downtown Orlando, that's where a lot of homeless folks hang out around that park. So I'm just
Hmm.
sitting in my car and I'm observing all these folks. Nobody's talking. Everybody's looking sad. It's about 8 in the evening. Everybody just sitting around looking sad. You know what I'm saying? And these two Spanish ladies pulled up in their truck and they started handing out bags of sandwiches and food. And all of a sudden, smiles and conversations and laughter started hitting the air. I'm like, wow.
Hmm.
So I actually took a video of that scene and I sent it to this one brother, Walt Kelly, that I was working with down in Arkansas as far as feeding folks and voters rallying and whatnot. And
Hmm.
man, it's just crazy what a meal, how much a meal could change your whole perspective for that day. So I understand what
Right.
you that lady. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can feed myself. I can feed a few people right now. And man, that's
Right.
beautiful. Don't stop that.
He
And
don't know how to
Well, I
stop
want.
it, even if he tried, he couldn't turn it off. Is a part of him,
that's great.
and
That's
and that's
great.
why
Yeah.
this weekend you're gonna cry a couple of times because so many people coming out to be a part of this peace rally.
Yeah.
Okay, this roundup, so to speak. This Listen, I remember being a part of it last year, and it I was looking for a word that wasn't humble, but a word that was about gratefulness and joyfulness. And that's what it is when you're around your energy, your electricity. So man, I can't wait to get there. My bike is in the shop. I'm renting an expensive bike from
Ooh.
somebody else in order to be there. So I can't wait. So it's worth every bit of it.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Um, I definitely appreciate you. I appreciate your support, and I'm thankful to have you in my corner. Just grateful that I met you in general, and
Hey, I mean, you're not, if you ride, and one thing we know is them miles are the accessory. And if you got a
yeah,
lot of accessories, we gonna run up on one another.
right,
Right, that's it. It's just the accessory that other people that got it, we gonna see each other. And that's what's
right.
Yeah. And she is a beautiful spirit, isn't she, brother?
Yes, indeed, Lord.
You can't help but be drawn to
Hey,
them.
take one, no one.
Yeah.
Well, look, I can't stay. I got to get off because I got to
Okay.
get get this
I
stuff together. I'm burning the midnight oil. Still got to go to work in the morning, so I'm still
Hey,
burning the
sleep,
candle on
eat,
both ends.
everything. Hey, keep doing
So
what you're doing, brother.
I will.
And I can't wait to see you this weekend, and we'll be coming in with fresh and ready for you. Karaoke contests and all.
Yeah, look, look. Before I go, girl, why the owner of the of Cappy's, the sports bar karaoke bar we went to, he found me on Facebook. He found me. He said, "Hey, I wind up seeing one of your videos, and I was watching you. I was scrolling through. It then a certain type of videos, similar videos pop up, and so somebody else's popped up, and they put the flyer that well people are blowing my
You lost your sound,
they
brother.
they saw the flyer and they was like, oh, this is him, like this is this guy, and they reached out to me, and the dude was like, he said, man, we got to create a partnership. Like I'm so excited that essentially choosing us. But if there's anything that I can do for you, I can see myself, partnering with you in some type of way. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet you because we never met nothing like this. I can't wait to meet you. If
Right.
there's anything you need, let me know. Here's my number, so on and so forth. So some good stuff about to happen. Some good stuff.
Hey, I hope you use him because he's asking to be useful. So
Yes.
I
Oh
hope
no.
you.
He will be a sponsor next year. He will
Hey,
most definitely be a sponsor.
how about a couple of them gift certificates for them people who can get them up even this way? That way you can auction them off or something.
Yeah.
But
We gonna
hey,
make it happen.
I was gonna say add them apart to the silent auction. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Well, hey, brother JQ, man, you have driven home the topic of our show today. The topic was be the change. You know what I mean? And bro, you are heaven sent, man, for a lot of folks, especially for this podcast tonight, man. We appreciate you.
On
I
purpose.
appreciate y'all.
All right. Well,
I really appreciate y'all. But I got to run. Like I
all
say
right.
I'm in here sweating bricks, getting this stuff
All right.
together.
All right.
But I
Love
will
you,
see you
GQ.
soon. Love you too.
All right, brother. Peace and love.
Bye.
That's nice.
That's awesome,
nice,
man.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brother GQ doing what he do.
Right.
That's
I'm so
a
glad
great
we didn't
example.
close up.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
a
glad we
perfect
didn't close the
example
show
of
up.
be the
Yeah.
change.
You got to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
He's doing something.
yeah, and it's no matter how. Always say people say, yeah, it's tough, but man, as you, I want to say, as you go into it, you have to that self-propelledness.
Yeah, to get you through it.
Yeah, but
No.
once you get through it,
Yeah.
well, now it's just
Downhill.
yeah.
But
So
remember what I said earlier. It's like when you have moments in time that we learn certain lessons, it usually comes with something drastic happening.
Yeah.
trauma,
Trauma. That's the word. Trauma.
pressure bust pipes. If you ain't
Mhm.
bust, then you gonna succeed.
Yeah.
If you still kicking, boom, you done did it.
And if you ain't
Once
bust, it's
that
still the
breakthrough,
same.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, asshole of you was gonna say diarrhea. But it's like a clogged pipe. You know what I'm saying? Well, you gotta get enough
Diarrhea,
pressure in there
same
to
thing.
loosen it up. And once that go, you know what I mean?
Breakthrough.
It's a
That's
man.
real.
It's crazy. It's like a little
Violence.
hole in the dike. You know what I'm saying? Like a little hole in the dike. You try to plug it with your finger, sooner or later, it's gonna
What?
break through. You know what I mean? You never heard that? I forget you from Trinidad. You never heard that?
He had a
phrase?
breakthrough, y'all.
No, I never
You know
heard
what I'm
that.
saying?
I never heard of that. Never.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, explain to me.
We
Explain-
sounding out on this shit right here.
Explain what it means. Explain what it means, and
Okay.
I will tell you the Trini version.
All right, now when they got like a big old body of water, I guess, cut off or whatever, and they're controlling it, you know what I mean? Let's say a levee.
Okay.
A levee. You know,
Okay.
some people call them dikes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's separating. Well, I don't know why. I don't explain.
Reservoir.
You know, right. But sometimes they get a little hole in it. You know, people say there's a hole in the dike and you can plug it put your finger phone so long
Okay.
until that dike
It gets bigger and bigger.
Right, it gets bigger and bigger. Now you got to release of the water. That's what I'm saying.
Bust out.
Right.
Yeah.
Get it?
Bust out.
What's that? What's up? What are you saying?
The hole gets bigger and there's
bust
more
out.
water coming.
Okay, you said
Yes.
bust out. Got you.
That's
got
the accent.
you. Got you right.
Bust
right.
out.
That's right. That's what I do. The
Bust
more
out.
The more I get to hear you, the more it's fluid I be. You know, it's all about us spending more time talking.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Are you starting to understand me?
Yeah.
Some people don't understand my like. Stop looking at me like that, John.
Like what? Oh, like you. Oh boy.
Huh? Like who? Like what?
You said, you being accused of.
Cedric?
Yeah. I can't help it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What you looking for now? Who you see?
Y'all listening to John?
You see? Oh man. I mean, come on, man. I have to be blind. I have to lose all my sisters to die blind what's next to me.
John,
You know?
I'm not blushing.
Yes, you are. I'm trying not to.
Anyhow, let's see what the last bullet
anyway,
is.
it's a wonderful friendship going on around these parts.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a great thing.
I love this guy. He's
You know,
cool.
so
It's cool people.
you know, we all have our aspirations. You know.
Well, you are
dreams.
doing this last thing here.
What's that?
Embrace self-care and mindfulness.
There you go.
Embrace self-care and mindfulness.
Was that the last bullet
Yeah.
you had?
That was the
All
last
right.
one.
Well, there we go.
And you just gotta take care of yourself.
It's like being a poet and not even knowing it. You know, just flow. And that's what love is about. That's what God is.
Self-love.
The God in you, the God in me, the God in us all. If we could just tap into that, what a wonderful world it would be.
Here's the thing about, remember we talked about that word hate?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're supposed to love yourself first.
Yes.
Right?
How
God
can you love someone
God
else
is
if
the
you don't
being we love
yourself?
first. You're the
Right.
first human that you should love.
Uh-huh.
And if anybody tells you any different, it's a damn lie. It's
Yeah.
a trick.
Yeah, there you
Love yourself first. It's not selfish. It's
You
not
got
selfish.
to. How can you love someone else if you don't love yourself?
You can't take care of anyone else
You
or
know.
be genuine with anyone else.
And that's why
if
we
you don't
come
love
across
yourself.
these people that are just do wicked things and just do mean-spirited things. That's because they're not happy with themselves.
When
They
I
don't
see
love
people
themselves,
acting
you
the
know what I
damn
mean?
fool,
Yeah,
I'll look at them like this.
Yeah, they're miserable within.
Like
You
this.
know what I'm saying? So,
Do it, guys. You gotta look at them like this.
Right. So after you get through checking them, say a little prayer for them.
Do this. You gotta do this too. The little side mouth. And then twist your head.
Are you okay? Yeah, man. You know, but hey, man, it's just all about it. You know, it's like I said, love, peace, and understanding, y'all. Love, peace, and understanding.
Well, I think if you set your boundaries with people when they behave like damn fools, like aliens, like they're having allergic reaction from being on this planet, right? And the symptom is anger,
right?
You just have to set an example and just stay in your integrity, keep your composure. Silence is loud.
Yeah. But also silence can be complacency too.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Just think about all these folks sitting back just watching the injustices of the world. They saying they don't agree with it, but they're not saying anything about
Well, that's a whole different topic, John. And somebody about to kill your phone.
Yeah.
It's a whole different topic.
Okay.
We're talking about self.
John, stop going off topic.
We're talking about self. Self. Live in the now. Live in the now. Live in the now. Right now. Because guess what? 2 seconds ago is gone. It'll never come back.
Adios, capuche.
So why are you dwelling on it?
Right.
They're gonna talk, they're gonna say a lot of things about us. Okay? So
already are.
Yeah. Who cares?
What you gonna do?
Guess what? When people talking about you and wasting their time, by that time they're done or they will never finish.
What's that one lady, Bonnie? What is it, Bonnie Red or Riot or something? She
Who?
said, "Let's give them something to talk about." You ever heard that song? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's sometimes that's the best
A little
medicine.
message to figure out.
It'll heal them because
Yeah, they'll be all right.
they learn something afterwards. After a while,
Yeah.
that
So that means we're doing public service.
I think
You know,
so.
we're giving out life lessons.
You know what we're doing?
You know,
We are being the change.
hey,
One of the changes, and there are a lot of other people there that are doing their parts out on YouTube world and
right.
social.
A whole
media.
lot of folks out
Yeah.
there. So hey, more power to all of you.
So,
you know what I mean? Especially those out there trying to do the righteous things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
I said I experienced some things till now. I mean, when I think about from when I was like 4 to now, and a lot has happened.
A lot.
That has really, something happened, you switch. Something
Right.
happened, you switch. You change. Just keep changing until you are really who you're supposed to be, to impact people, to help them to change.
Yeah, for my folks over here on my Facebook page, I got my 20% warning about 20 minutes ago. So if we should get cut off, just know I'm saying peace and love early. But we got about, we only got, what's the time? 9 more minutes, you know what I'm saying, to fill up 2
9
hours.
minutes,
So,
yeah.
you think we go 9 more minutes, Dougie?
Man, I'm down for
You
it.
down for it? Hey,
I'm
that's
down
what I
for
love
it. We
about
got
it.
this far.
We all got each other's back
Yeah.
around.
We ain't
this
gonna be
joint. What's
lazy
9
about it.
minutes? You know what I mean?
I
Let's
enjoy
get it
talking
on
to them.
through. Yeah, me too.
They don't talk back to me.
Yeah, that's all right. It's your kind of audience, huh? That's all right. One day we're going to get a lot of participation, you know? We're going to get a lot. The brother GQ never know. He might bring audience to us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of folks watch these videos on Facebook. They don't comment or like that. I see a lot of, I got about, last week's show, I got about 400 views. You know what I mean? But only a couple of comments and a few likes, But hey, that's cool though. Just watch.
Oh, nothing's on my page for good reasons.
Yeah. That's how you can watch on my page.
I can.
Yeah.
Or I can give us some YouTube views.
Tell your people to come, go to Cedric's page. he gonna do his thing,
Inside joke.
And the killing part about it, I got an older brother named Cedric.
Inside
So
joke.
I got no problem with that. My nephew CG said, "G, what's up, pimp?" I had to get out there to Birmingham, man. Holler at you, brother, sooner or later. It's been a few years since I've been out there, a couple of years. Matter of fact, that's the nephew I was telling you about when he took me to that casino, and I went back and hit that jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can turn me on to another jackpot, nephew. I need it, man. I need it. Indeed.
I forgot that. Oh, yeah.
We got a couple of minutes. Shantell, you want to come say bye real quick? She didn't hear me. Still ain't loud enough.
She's back there cooking.
You're handling business. TCB. TCB. You know what TCB is, right?
That's a relaxer.
We got to help this sister out. That's taking care of business, baby.
Y'all know sound out.
Ask her what
She know what
TCB means,
I
right?
said that's a relaxer.
That's what you back there TCB. Taking care of business. Oh my God. I guess it ain't just the
I didn't know
Trinidadian.
that acronym. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's a saltwater thing or something. Maybe it's a saltwater thing or something. I don't know.
Shantell, you remember TCB?
Jerry girl?
Yes, girl. Yes. Okay.
Hey, well, I know more, Carol. I used to tease my friend Cheryl. I said, Cheryl, you know that commercial? Say, Cheryl, won't you be my girl? She said, I want a man with a carefree girl.
Oh, I think I remember that. That's an old one.
Right, old commercial.
I might have seen that in Trinidad too.
Yeah. Funny. What's up, Cheryl? And my sister, Charlie! If y'all ever catch this show, Charlie used to just tickle her to death when I say her name like that. Anyway, there's some sisters I love, you know what I mean? They're great people. Some of those folks I was telling you still friends since '82.
That's dark.
Yeah.
We gotta be under the light next time.
Right. But hey, y'all, we gonna go and sign off because not only is the laptop getting loan juice, so is the cell. and we're gonna get cut off one way or the other. So before we let that happen, we're gonna turn ourselves off.
We're gonna leave gracefully.
Hey, y'all be
Peace and
smooth out
blessings.
there. Yes, indeed. Much love. Much love. It's great to be alive. All right. In stream. I remember that from last week. All right. Studio stream. Are you sure?